Hi. Oh, hi. Welcome to updates from this stain on the world.
Yeah, we just got done reacting to Papa Me getting cursed in Japan, and it's probably because of Johnny Somali.
He ruined traveling for anyone.
So much worse for the disrespectful IRL streamer, as he's now facing a new crime charge, and if things keep going this way, it'll be inevitable for him to be stuck in Korea's prison system for a while. In my last video...
Sheesh, how many crime charges does this guy have under his belt now, I wonder?
I can't even keep track, but apparently the new one now is he's disrupted another business.
Because he's, what was the whole situation?
Okay.
He's,
He went to a 7-Eleven over in Korea, which I want to say is 7-Eleven in Japan, but he was cooking ramen and throwing it all over the floor and yelling at people. Mm-hmm. That was disrupting the business.
I was talking about, like, the whole situation in Korea where he's, like...
Oh, he's charged. He's not allowed to leave the country.
Yeah.
But he's free to roam around in the country.
They took his passport, money, and all that stuff, or what was it?
They took his... I don't think they took his passport. I think there's a no travel advisor. It means he can't leave the country at all. Mm-hmm. And he's got to fend for himself before his trial in March.
And he has no permit or anything to work there, so he can't get a job.
And who's going to give him a job anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Covering this guy, I said that it would likely be my last update on him for a while, as there wasn't really that much Johnny could do, you know, considering that one of his mods confirmed that his equipment had been taken away from him.
I've heard now that he's starting to go broke over in Korea.
He will,
See?
because he has to stay till March, the 5th of March, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
he can't
so
stream
he has to
because
stay
does not
till
have a work
March.
visa, and his phones and laptops are at the police.
They're with the police?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And at least it has been a little while now.
So all the stuff he had to make, quote-unquote, his job is with the police department.
Taken as what, evidence or something?
Yeah.
Considering it's the next year, Happy New Year's, by the way, but I might have been wrong, because apparently he got access to another phone very quickly since he's been back on his Discord server, and he also...
Johnny Jewish, what the fuck?
Oh boy.
He's going to just get banned again on YouTube.
Yep.
created a new YouTube channel. And he's been messaging on his Discord server, as you can see here, but we'll get back into that later. But obviously, this is Johnny Somali, a disrespectful IRL streamer who's essentially known for going into other countries that are extremely high-trust societies, only to push everyone's boundaries as far as you can. And the dude clearly believes that he'll get away with anything that he does because, get this, he keeps pushing the limits and he keeps on getting thrown into jail cells. But that doesn't stop him from saying, I'm gonna beat this case like OJ. I don't think OJ...
Okay, I have no hope for this guy to ever reform. I think he's just gonna be a bad apple forever.
I feel like what's gonna happen is Korea's gonna fuck with him for a little bit. They'll probably put him in jail for like 6 months, and they're gonna tell him leave and never come back. That's what I think is gonna happen. I know everybody's thinking he's probably gonna go to jail 20 years, and trust me, I hope he does.
To be honest, I feel like he's gonna end up getting himself killed at this point. He's gonna get himself so hated that someone's just gonna kill him and just take whatever consequences
Well,
that come
they were
with
beating
that.
his ass in public.
True.
is a person you want to aspire to be. We've been covering this guy for a little bit over a year now, and in the meantime, he's already been to Japanese jail, detained in Israel, and he's now stuck in Korea for always repeating the same behavior over and over again. And as we know, the court date has been pushed back from December 20th of 2024 to March 7th, 2025. And now the guy is desperate because he's stuck in Korea, he can't work, he doesn't have his passport. There's not much to do then. And the
See, I
reason
told you
he
he didn't
can't
have
work
his
is because he
passport.
doesn't have his work visa and he doesn't have most of his equipment, as that was taken from him. So at
See, I
least for
told you
now,
they
he
took
can no longer
everything.
do his job, which is essentially running around in public harassing innocent people. Because if he
Acting like a
continues to do
dumbass.
that, even if he gets new equipment, he doesn't have his work visa, and that can just add even more charges to his already ongoing legal case.
Because he'd be working illegally.
Or his job is doing illegal shit, too.
It doesn't have to be. He could be streaming normally and not acting like a dumb.
Like us.
But no. So yeah. This guy's got himself in a damned if he does, damned if he doesn't kind of situation.
Yep.
And then to make things even worse for the guy, he's still being hunted by the South Korean population with a bounty for those who can catch and smack the Golden Goblin. That's what the Koreans have done.
Smack the Golden Goblin.
To beat his ass and get coins to come out of it. I'm trying to think what MMO or what Final Fantasy or there's gotta be a game that's reference to where you gotta chase someone and beat coins out of them.
I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
I think there's something like that in Kingdom Hearts.
The reason for this name is apparently a Golden Goblin is someone who drops a loot, and the loot is the bounty they get for smacking him. So there you go. So it's safe to say the dude is.
Yeah, isn't there something like that on Borderlands though?
I think you just kill shit and eventually drop something, but
I feel like there's like something that drops rare stuff in Borderlands.
But basically, so they're just beating his ass.
I don't really have that much remorse for the guy. It seems like, as we've covered here on this channel, he's dug his own grave. He's at 80 million outs, but he just keeps doubling down and just continues the same behavior. But because he'll actually have to face consequences for his antics for the first time in a long time since Japan. In Japan, he only got 3 months, but apparently that wasn't enough to deter him. So, now he's back for round 2 in Korea. But by the way things look right now, it looks like he'll be getting a lot more than 3 months. And the dude is afraid that he might have actually ruined his life forever. Not only because, he might get some serious time, but also because he has no valuable place to stream currently. And clearly, that's what he cares the most about. And the newest update on Johnny is apparently there's a new charge. The dude committed a new crime. Or, well, it happened before, but the charge came from, because he live streams everything he does. So one of the victims and the companies that saw it, or that it happened to, they went, hey, we're filing a charge for that. So this information was first reported on Bang TV, a South Korean YouTube channel, on his community tab. And here it says, fortunately, in the case of, Jung Sung, I might be butchering names here. I'm so sorry. Passenger bus number 271. Jung Sung is apparently the name of the company whose bus Johnny was on. The victim was identified. The bus driver in the video gave a statement, and the Jung Sung passenger bus manager, who was on the bus at the time Johnny was on this bus, gave a statement about witnessing the obstruction of the business.
So here's how unlucky, God hates him. Not only was he fucking with the bus, the manager of the bus company was on the bus he was fucking with.
And he saw him, because he was a, what is the word,
Disruptive.
Disruption to the business of the bus.
And anybody knows anything about Asian cultures, shit runs on time. You slow shit down. If the bus says it's gonna be there at 7:15, it's gonna be there at 7:15.
Oh yeah, I guess I would be screwed.
If it's not, there will be hell to pay.
This guy really chose the worst possible bus to essentially do his antics on, because what are the chances that Johnny Somali is on the same bus as the bus company manager? I mean, that's just a full circle moment. So Johnny, I guess, was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he documented and
Nah, that's definitely the right place at the right time.
No, that's divine intervention.
Exactly.
Uploaded all of it. So the charge of obstruction of business was acknowledged, and the case was sent to the prosecution. And if he gets a couple more of these business obstruction charges, he can't help but go to prison. Because don't forget, he also has one charge of obstruction of business for the ramen incident at the 7-Eleven. Now he has a second. So for one charge of obstruction of business, he would likely have to pay a fine. For 2 charges, he might face a few months in prison. For 3, this number just keeps adding, and then 4 and 5 and so on. So I mean, like, if he just keeps getting these charges, he might have to sit in prison for a while. And Andrew from Legal Mindset explained why this is an obstruction of business.
This right here, when the bus driver has to get up and handle you and yell at you, that's obstruction. You are causing a delay. If you guys don't know, in case you guys haven't been to Korea, buses tend to run on time.
Hey, like you were saying.
If you are in any way delaying the timeliness of a bus, that is huge. That is absolutely big, because that same bus is driving back and forth all day. And if you've messed them up by 5 minutes, that messes up the whole schedule for the whole day. So this is a big deal.
So yeah, at this point, it's pretty much inevitable that Johnny will be facing some time in Korea's prison. Now, we just kind of have to wait for how much this time will actually be. But other than that, his best friend in Korea, Hank Yu, who is also, I guess, his co-conspirator in a lot of his live stream antics, he recently had an interview for the podcast K-Town Social Club, where the hosts made sure to question Hank about his friendship with Johnny Somali. But if you don't know who I'm talking about, since this lore just keeps on adding new characters to the roster, Hank was one of the guys who screamed at Johnny to stop drinking in that video where all of them were allegedly in the back of a police car being hidden away from the Korean citizens who were hunting them.
Hold up. Cheers. Stop drinking in a cop car, man. Well, that's not on camera. Or I'm gonna drop everything, man.
We're not drinking. We're not drinking. We're not drinking.
Hey, please, bro.
Not on camera.
You follow my orders. We're not helping you, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
So he's pissing off his friends now, too.
Do you really have friends if you're this kind of person? I mean...
So yeah, this guy just really has nothing. He's just a nuisance all around.
Yes, sir.
Oh, lie. This is not Japan. Americans have way more freedom here.
We got so much more.
Oh god, he's annoying.
I'm gonna say this.
Oh god, he has that looks like such a punchable face right there.
It's the Golden Goblin.
He does look like a goblin.
But people, I'm gonna say this to you. Anybody in the United States, your rights only exist in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go to other countries and stuff, your rights are kind of null and void.
Come and get us.
Yo, they gonna look at these rooms. They gonna be like, oh, hell no. I said stop drinking.
And he was also the other friend of Johnny alongside of Gino in this video where they were all beaten up by South Korean citizens. So maybe they really needed to be in the back of that police car for protection. So now that our memories are refreshed, let's take a look at what he has to say.
I don't agree with everything what he does, but I do support his freedom of speech. And
what do you agree with? What do you?
Why do you agree with his freedom of speech as his freedom of speech doesn't exist in this country?
Like you said, your rights only exist in the United States, not...
Well, we're definitely gonna... Well, we need to look up some Japanese stuff before we
Just
go.
don't be a jackass when you go over there. It's simple.
It's probably still a lot more stricter than you think. What we think is being a jackass and what they think is being a jackass is two different kinds of jackasses.
True.
Agree with that he does.
I agree with pissing off Korean Xers. For sure. Generation X, yes.
What? So you just help Johnny harass random people in Korea who many aren't even Gen X because you dislike Gen X? Interesting.
That's dumb.
What did Generation X do?
Generation X is the worst in Korea.
Yeah, explain it. Well, why are they the worst? What do they do?
That's our parents'
Do you
age,
know
yeah?
the Generation X attitude? Like, how dare you disagree with me?
Okay.
I mean, I think that's just the general.
Boomers too, right?
Boomers too, but boomers, I believe, they have their own reason because Korea was actually poor then.
Yeah, but Johnny was not just going after Generation X. He was mostly targeting like Gen Z Koreans on the street and like harassing them, no? And boomers too.
I thought Gen Z actually loves.
Pretty sure zero Gen Z, Gen X.
I'm guessing this guy's a millennial.
I'm guessing this guy's on something.
Were comfort women too, so.
Well, that's a good point, and I heavily doubt that the average Gen Z Korean loves Johnny. That's definitely not what I've heard.
I know, but Gen Z actually love Johnny. Trust me.
You mean like 90% of Gen Z love Johnny, or
okay? So
okay, wait. I'm confused now. He's saying he wants to harass Gen Z, and now he's like, oh, they love us.
Yeah.
This guy, you're right. Maybe he is on something.
So that boomer that was in the convenience store in the 7-Eleven that was getting harassed by Johnny, that woman deserved to be harassed like that
and have stuff
like
thrown at her?
the ramen.
No,
what does freedom of speech have to do with action?
Okay.
Yeah.
That I actually disagree with.
So you have a line then.
Oh, well, thankfully you don't agree with everything he does. So he's saying he's doing all that with the sole purpose of pissing Generation X people off? I mean, he says he's a free speech supporter, but what Johnny did and has been doing all along isn't really a matter of free speech. Like, I would even
No.
risk saying that it has never been a matter.
Dude, even here, your free speech is still kind of limited.
Well,
you
yeah,
can't say certain things, you know.
Without getting in trouble.
Yeah. Like, a good example of that would be the N-word, if you think
Yeah.
about it. There's just some things you just know you don't cross.
Yeah.
Of free speech, like the dude has just straight up been harassing and threatening people. Free speech obviously is extremely important, but so is not being harassed and used for content by random streamers when you're simply walking in public. Like, come on, if you are commuting on a bus, one of the last things you want is some streamer to shove a rotting fish in your face and laugh at it while he's live streaming your reaction for his content. People do not.
I would grab and break his phone. If anyone did that to me, if anyone just came up and randomly shoved a phone in my face and started acting like an asshole, I would break their shit.
Yeah.
Want that to happen in society.
So you say you support Johnny Somali's right to free speech, right? But then when you continue to hang out with him after he then gets violent with people and puts his hands on people or does break the law, you do realize you're no longer supporting his freedom of speech and you're just supporting his illegal behavior, right?
Right, but Johnny never actually put his hands on people.
He has threatened to, hasn't he?
Mopsy, as a joke. Yeah.
Jokingly,
It's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, it's just a prank, bro. Yeah. Yeah, do that to the wrong human being and they'll probably beat your ass.
Oh, hell, I'm here in America, you'll probably get shot.
And to rape somebody.
So how do we know if it's a joke or not?
Like, that's online like streaming stuff, and I don't know if it's a threat because he said that you should get by Somalis.
I feel like he just proved to the world he's about as intelligent as a loaf of bread. But let's keep going.
I would take care of my safety first, right? But at the same time, like
but taken to the logical
Johnny
conclusion,
doesn't really endanger my
but taken to the
right now,
logical conclusion.
Didn't you just get your ass beat last?
me?
Didn't you get your ass beat though?
I did.
Right.
So how did he not put you in danger then?
Exactly. Dude, you need a wake-up call and just get away from this guy. He's not doing you any favors.
Trying to clout chase?
Not even that's not even a good clout chase. That was a bad clout chase. That's a negative clout chase.
Yeah.
He did, but that wasn't supposed to happen in a first world country like Korea. You know,
Why wouldn't
that would happen in Mexico, basically.
What?
What?
If you
First off, any country, if you piss someone off enough, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact. America, Japan, even hell.
Just move.
So you go to these countries thinking you're not gonna get your ass handed to you when you piss people off.
Delusional as fuck.
go to a country and you mock their culture, don't be surprised if you get your ass beat. That is a universal thing.
Yep.
How is this not clicking with them? But they do ask him what Johnny has been up to. And by the way, this interview happened before his trial was officially delayed.
Where's Johnny now? What's he up to? Is he doing okay? His trial's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnny's doing all right, but he's not with me right now. But
yeah, because everyone knows where you live.
Yeah, so like my location's like compromised, so I'm not gonna keep Johnny here, you know.
Right,
obviously.
But do you still hang out with him? You have like meals with him? You have pizza with him? You eat what, jjajangmyeon with him? What do you do with him?
I talked to him about a couple legal cases because he is a witness to that aggravated assault, and he's a witness to like stalking, all that, you know.
Yeah. So do you eat with him or
I'm
what?
also a witness to those cases. No, not really. I mean, if I eat with him, that's gonna like compromise his safety too, you know.
So what's your take overall? Is he in your opinion, or is he going to be okay?
Well, they're trying to make it political, and
sure,
you know what happened to my case because they made my case political back in East Texas. I got right,
but that was from American government, not Korean government.
What?
Yeah, but like Korea has like much I would say, more lenient sentencing than the United States. So Johnny's probably not going to go to prison. He's gonna
What?
Oh, you think
probably
you think he'll be let go?
Either let go or like at most like pay some fines, you know, because
He has 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place.
I don't even think he even knows what he's saying at this point. All I'm hearing is blah, 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 blah.
I mean, what do you do that was like felonious?
What do you mean he didn't do anything that was felonious? Wait,
now he's just saying words to sound
I have
big.
an entire list on one of my past videos of every felony this guy's committed, and that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So there's probably more as of right now. National Security Law, Anti-Terrorism Act, Business Obstruction, the Deepfake Incident, a crime of insult, defamation, an act of assault, Narcotics Control Act, and finally, a Misdemeanor Penalty Act. Johnny's clearly been speedrunning the Korean Penal Code, and Hank is out there asking, what did he do that was felonious? And by the end of the interview, they ask Hank if he knows where Gino is, and even though he responds that Gino went from Korea directly to Japan, there's a lot of people saying, hey, that's not even true, considering, you know, his last post on social media.
Fuck. How the
But
fuck
back
these
to
guys
Johnny's
afford
situation,
this?
apparently.
They're probably okay. Johnny is the scapegoat, and they're the ones getting the money.
I'm guessing. How the fuck can you afford
No. That's why they're friends with him, because that way they can use him. It's a perfect ploy.
Apparently, he's got a new phone once again, and he started messaging on his Discord one more time. And this time, he seems to be considering a real comeback in his career. If I come back to streaming, I don't know where he'll be at this point. I honestly should have never been banned from Kick, but that's in the past. I feel like this might be the first message from this guy where he realized he ruined his own life. Because clearly, it doesn't seem that jail time phases him. What does seem to phase him is not being able to live stream. And now that's become extremely hard for him with all of his bans. And then you have all the legal implications from Korea on top of that. But Johnny has uploaded some VOD on his old stream where, I guess, when he was back in Japan in 2023, but that's really not that relevant to this situation right now. It's not like he's uploading new content from Korea onto his Rumble as of now. But as I mentioned earlier, the problem for his comeback is he managed to get banned on essentially every single relevant streaming platform. So his comeback, even if he goes all in, it's going to be very hard to find him because he's banned. And obviously he made a new YouTube account, but if he starts streaming on YouTube again, it won't really last for too long considering he's already been banned on YouTube once before. He's also bragging about the title of world's most controversial live streamer on his new YouTube channel, but Johnny's main problem is he's not even...
He is just asking for it.
Yep. He's not gonna get monetized anytime soon.
I mean, now we're trying to get monetized. We're so close.
We're never getting money for this.
We're getting money for this one of these days.
We're not getting money for this.
Controversial. He's just universally hated. But if you want the full story of how we even got here, you can check out this video here, or you can check out this one that YouTube's recommending to you. And other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you.
Well, that was our update on Johnny Somali. I think we're probably gonna be ending the stream here today because this one right here wants to play with his car.
And I'm starting to get a little sick, too.
Yeah, you've been sniffling throughout the whole stream.
So...
And also hangies.
I'm hungry?
Hangies.
Alright.
I like food. Thank you for joining us.
Well,